All right, hey Wendy. So, little video on the Sonatina here. Help to break it down and get it going. And it's late at night, so I will do a cheers for you here. All right, so let's take a look at this thing. So again, I'm sure if you watch YouTube, you're gonna see these guys just flying through it. And that's great and all. It's fun to do, but I think the benefits of this song are just as pronounced when you're doing it at a slow speed. It's really about getting these ratios kind of going on, getting the dependence between the right hand and the left hand, and that dexterity. So I'm going to take a really relaxed tempo on this one. We'll try to do that the whole time through. And so we get some challenges even in this first line here. Of course, we're doing an F chord here. And then here we start that 2-to-1 thing, stretching down, rest. And then like we were talking about, there's a little pocket of silence in there. It's, again, so tempting to have the pedal going and just have this kind of lush wash. Right, but we lose some of that kind of crispiness. So this one, it might be painful at first, but again, avoid the pedal on this one, and it'll lead to good things. All right, so I'm going to take that, but I'm going to be really precise here. Again, I'm just going to take that first line. I'll count it in. So I'm going to go 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and. Ah, sorry. All right, so here's the second one. I made a little flub there, but that's kind of the idea. And then cool. Quickly, just I feel like I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about it. There is this thing with Beethoven where he didn't like to do repeated notes with the same finger. I think it's to avoid tension in there. So depending on the version you have, it might be asking you to do this sort of thing on those Fs. If you want to mess with that, it's cool. I don't think it's that necessary. I think you still get it with just the repeated fingers. All right, good. So let me go and just play down through this first section. Again, just at a slow speed, just so you can use it as a reference. We'll go about here. If you're comfortable, you can play along with me if you like, but go like this. Ready, go. Rest. Messed up. Cool. So I had a couple flubs in there, but yep, kind of feeds back in there like that. Cool. And then that section is supposed to repeat. There's a huge line in there, I guess, starting from that A in measure 14. The 1E and a 2 and 1E and a 2E and a 1. So a couple of times in this piece we're going to get that eighth note followed by 2 16th notes, like we see in measure 17. That 1E and a 2. 1E and a 2 and 1E and a 2E and a 1. So even those, again, don't be afraid to just take a measure or two. Just get that fingering, get that kind of feel. It's not important that it's fast, it's important that it's steady, kind of on the beat so that you're feeling it. Cool. All right, so I'm going to try one more pass at that, and then we'll go on and move on to the next section. So again, just that first part, I'll try to do it as best I can. and a 2 and 1, 2, 3, 2E and a 1. Excuse me. 1E and a 2 and 1, 2. Cool. So that's the first part. Again, like even just focusing on that, it's all about those rhythms, kind of how they intersect. And yeah, don't worry about pushing it too fast on the tempo. But once you get that steadiness, I think it'll be easy for you to speed it up. All right, cool. So let's go into the next section. As you know, it starts in the same fashion. We got. Oopsie, B flat. All right, cool. And then we start to get this kind of thing. Kind of a nice little line there. 1E and a 2E and a 1 and 2. And a big silence there, right? So. Whew. Ah. All right, cool. And then I think you said this is one of the parts that was kind of getting you. So let's take a special look at this one. So of course we have an F sharp down here. So that same sort of thing. Those are together, 2 notes, together, 2 notes, together. Oh, sorry, I should hold that. Together, 2 notes, together, 2 notes. Coming across that. Yeah, I'm messing that up too, aren't I? All right, B flat, E, D. And then of course we get in that big line. So there's some fun stuff in there. I could be a nerd here and break down all those chords. We got like. So like, you know, D minor, what do we got there? Some E half diminished 7, A, D minor. So, you know, you could break those down in the chords, but I think you're playing it just fine. So, you know, just seeing the notes there is good. But again, just go slow. Make sure you got all the... I keep missing that too. All right, B, D. I like that one. All right, cool. And then we get this kind of scary lick, but again, it's based around this. I'll show you the deal here. It's basically G7, but the right hand is only doing the top part of it. So we're left with B, D, and F. And again, all these notes, starting from the F, I'm sorry, F. Sorry, let's get you in frame. Up through that point, it's just arpeggiating that chord. So again, I'll after I do the whole playthrough, I'll do a little exercise thing just on this. But well, I can do it now. Sorry. So I would just play a G chord, F D B F D B F D B F D, and then it finally resolves to C there. So again, just take that time to, it's not so much about that speed, but just being familiar with those stretches. It's a lot of them. So the hand just kind of has to know what they feel like. I'm gonna just chant through the notes here a time or two, and let me follow my own advice. So I'll give it a little G chord. All right, G, F, D, B, F, D, B, F, D, B, F, D, C, B, A, B, C. Cool. Again, not easy, but take it a few times around and it should be good. Let's do that one more time, then we'll move on to the next part of the song. So G chord, F, D, B, F, D, B, F, D, B, F, D, C, B, A, B, C. Cool. And we'll come back to that at the end, but that is that part, of course. All right. So then we're in this double treble clef land, which you got. That's the left hand's going to come up here. And we're doing that kind of broken C major chord in the left hand. Cool. Let's go ahead and just kind of play this down. We'll talk about it. C. Good. So that's all C chord stuff, right? And then you have the inversion, and then up again, the other inversion. It doesn't go down the G that time, but so he's doing the same thing there, just kind of, breaking up kind of G7. He's playing the chord down there, but B, D, F, B. And that goes to C there. So kind of nice. Again, 1 and 5 in C, so pretty straightforward harmony, but there's just the way he's got it broken up. All right, so let's take a look at that up to speed here. We'll go about... B, D, F, B, C. Cool. And again, it's not too hard. It's just, but those ledger lines make everything look hard. So, just isolate it, get those couple measures, learn what it feels like, and then, try not to worry too much about the ledger lines. Easy for me to say, but you'll get it there. All right, and then we start this stuff. Oh, no, we don't. Okay, so we still have the B flat. Cool. And again, not to nerd out too much, but this is all C7, right? So he's going through a couple different spots of it. Right, that's a C chord kind of spread out. Another C chord, if you count that E up there. See it there? E, G, B flat, C. So again, all C7. C7 wants to go back to F, that's what we do. And then up to D. This part does get tough. We got B flat and E down low. This is A and G up high. And then that's worth, just make sure you got that in your fingers. You got that kind of fancy cross going with 2. And then D, C, oh, sorry, I messed it up. A and F down here. Okay. So again, a tough couple measures there. What is that? 57, 58. You may want to practice from that. Maybe just loop it. And then just for kicks, maybe try it fast. Cool. And then we're moving on. We got G. So that's a hard measure too. Let's take a look at that slow-mo. We got G, A, B flat, F, C, or C in the bass, E in the treble, and then F together. Going up into the treble. Home stretch here. We got C, E, G, B flat, F and A. So it does pick up speed there. And then this part is all about the left hand, surprisingly. We've got a bunch of notes up here, but it's just that C and D together. You could do it with 1 and 2, 2 and 3, whatever you like. But 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Sorry, I guess technically it's 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and All right, so another good kind of technical exercise there. Just kind of keep this going. And E, G, B flat, G. You just loop that around. Good. And if you can guess there, again, that's C7. He's got an extra little D in there, kind of making it funky. But lands on F, little F chord there. Up to A, C and G, B flat, A, G, F, rest, big rest there, gives you time to reposition. We've got, it's a doozy, G, B flat, and E. Again, more C7 stuff, just doesn't have the C in there. We got them down low though, for sure. This is the octaves, C and C. So C and C in the bass, G, B flat, E in the top. And then it goes down to an F chord, F octave in the bass, A, sorry, can't see, A and F up here. And those are staccato, so fast it's gonna be like that sort of thing. Boom, boom. So definitely there, I would try to think chords, C7 to F. Scribble it in there if that helps you out there too. That would be good. All right, cool. So that's the piece. I know this is probably running a little long. Obviously, feel free to skip around on it. I'm gonna try to play through the whole dealio here, and then we'll go back and do those exercises. Do a quick wine sip here. Delicious. All right. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to play it down. I was trying not to stop this time, just kind of go through it. Rest. And I'm gonna go on without the repeat. Sorry, I gotta do a page flip. Rest. Ah. Rest. I do like this part. F, D, B, F, D, B, F, D, B, F, D, C. Page flip. All right. E, B, D, F, B, C. Oh, sorry. Ah! Sorry, you think you got it? You don't. All right. So all that C7. E, G, B flat, F. Page flipperoo here, maybe. Oh no. There we go. Okay. E, G, B flat, F. Okay, so remember here, just C and D. F chord. Weird C7 up to the F. Give it a little stinger F if you want. Cool. So again, not flawless there, but you can see they're basically like little puzzles, kind of measure to measure. And I know it's that kind of early classical style, which Beethoven was kind of unique because he starts in that style and then he gets like all dramatic and storm and stress and sort of stuff. And there's some beautiful stuff in every era of it, but yeah, there's a lot to be gained from this one, technically speaking. So have some patience with it. I think it'll come in there. Cool. All right, so we'll switch to doing just some isolated things there. I did write down which ones I think we wanted to do. Let's see if I still got that. Yes, I measure G7 lick and then 57 through 60. All right, so let's take that. Okay, so let's start with that G7 lick again. You've got the deal there, but let me just give you some straight on kind of stuff here. So if we're going So I would actually start with just that. After that, it breaks to the, the C thing. So again, these are your money makers here, F, B, and D. And it's this kind of pattern of, skipping up one, going down one. I don't know if that's evident to see, but again, you're thinking of those three. I'm starting on the F. I'm going past one. I'm coming back to it. Gonna jump past one, come back to it, past one, back to it. I guess he changes up a little bit there at the end, but that's at least the beginning. All right, so. Okay, so let's do that in time. We'll go 1, 2, ready, go. Boom, 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 boom. Awesome. All right, and then one more time. Again, starting with the G chord. Ready, go. Boom. Dum, bum. C, B, A, B. Same with that C and E. Although in the actual song, you'd probably, go to 3 and 5. All right, cool. And then one last time, just a little bit faster, up to speed. So 1, 2, ready, go. Boom, boom, boom. Cool. So again, just think of those measures as their own little separate island of stuff. It's difficult. So, it's going to be a perpetual thing in the song of like, oh God, these measures, unless we have it as like, okay, I've done this 30 times, as a warm up, over the course of multiple days, of course, but so that your hand just kind of knows it, can go straight through it. And I guess the plus here is that it's all in the right hand mostly, so, where we've got most of the strength going on. Okay, great. And then lastly here, we'll take a look at that measures 57. Let's see here. Yeah, so this part is kind of tough. We got that starting on the D. Yeah, let's see it. So even starting with there, that's one position. So G minor kind of. And over. And then maybe put all that together. You can go back to the D. Rest, boom. Rest, boom. Cool, and then add to it. So we got. So again, that kind of weird cross there. But again, just make sure you keep all that kind of steady. It's cool if it's slow. All right, and then this measure is 1E and 2. You got to stretch that thumb down and come over with 2 to E, F, A, F, D, C. So measure 59 is no joke there. We got a lot going on. It's G, A, B flat, thumb over to F, 2 crossing over to E. Oh, sorry about that. All right, cool. I'm worried about my phone dying here, but we'll try to speed up my pace. So, here, I'll count it. Ready, go. Cool. So I would master just that. Again, like just take that right hand, just make sure you know where those motions are coming over here. 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2 over, 1, 2, F down, 2 over, 3, 5, 4, 2, 1. It's a lot. Again, don't be afraid to slow it down. Just kind of work this out, but hopefully seeing it'll give you a little bit of a, a reference. And then, so B flat and E goes to A and F in the left hand. And I think you have this left hand pattern, but just to show you, it's B flat, C, C, F. Common thing that kind of stepping into the octave. Coming up there, very classical sound. All right, so one time here all together. Again, this would be ultimately once you're comfortable with both hands, what you would want to practice. So, doom, doom. Right, just up to there. rest you're kind of home free after that. So on and so forth. Cool. So God bless you if you sat through this whole video. I know it's a little bit rambling in parts, but again, just wanted to give you a nice breakdown of the piece. I know it can be frustrating when you're first looking at these classical ones that are so dexterity based, but I think it's a good one for us, and we'll build on this, of course, to some other things. There's a wide world of Beethoven out there for sure. So if you're interested in any of that, we can certainly delve into it. Awesome, Wendy. So apologize about the internet difficulties, but hopefully this video helps, and I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson. Take care.